When I was in senior high school, I came across this very interesting poem that had been set for our study, Escorting Candidates to the Examination Hall. This was a translation of an ancient classical Chinese poem dating back to the late 8th, early 9th century AD. The authorship of the poem was attributed to a courtier from one of the ancient dynasties there, Po Chu-i. Now, many years later, I came elsewhere to continue my studies in literature. And here I met so many Chinese students, fellow literature fellows, who had no idea who this Po Chu-i was. After a little bit of research, we realized that the person who was known to us as Po Chu-i in Sri Lanka was actually named Bai Juyi in the Chinese circles. So Bai Juyi was definitely, I was told, a household name for any growing up kid in China. He was definitely included in all kinds of reading lists, and any kind of scholarship gave a student an exposure to Bai Juyi while growing up. So this is about Bai Juyi's Escorting Candidates to the Examination Hall.
Now, Bai Juyi in my head is a poet in Tang Dynasty, and I can't remember a single word of his writing, but there's a picture in my head. Yeah, Bai Juyi is, as well as other ancient Chinese poets, we had to study them and recite them from 7 years old to 18 years old. That is during primary school, secondary school, and high schools, because they are prescribed in our textbooks. Now, we had to work on it very hard. In the morning, the first thing we did is to read all ancient poems loudly in a classroom and try to learn them by heart.
Now in China, when you grow up being a student of literature, what kind of exposure do you get to someone like Bai Juyi?
I think we just I think some people might read his or study his other poems, but for ordinary Chinese students, I think many students attending high school will study his one famous poem called I think the translation is An Ode to a Lady's Pipa Play.
Right. An ode to a lady's pipa play. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because at that time he just got demoted, because previously he enjoyed a high position and is favored by king, but for some political reasons he got demoted, and so as such he's got very disappointed. After he listened to this lady's play of Pipa, he just realized how similar of his life with her.
Okay.
So yeah, and
早送举人入室，白居易。宿驾送举人，东方犹未明。自谓出太早，已有车马行。起火高低饮，接鼓参差声。可怜早朝者，相堪意气深。日出尘埃飞，群动互盈盈。盈盈各何求？无非利与名。而我常宴起，须住长安城。春深关又满，日有归山晴。
At dawn I rode to escort the doctors of art. In the eastern quarter, the sky was still grey. I said to myself, you have started far too soon. But horses and coaches already thronged the road. High and low, the riders' torches bobbed. Muffled or loud, the watchman's drumbeat. Riders, when I see you prick to your early levy, pity fills my heart. When the sun rises and the hot dust flies, and the creatures of earth resume their great strife, you, with your striving, what shall you each seek? Profit and fame, for that is all you care. But I, you courtiers, rise from my bed at noon and live idly in the city of Chang'an. Spring is deep and my term of office spent. Day by day, my thoughts go back to the hills. පෙරදිග අහස තවම අඳුරු හිමිදිරියේ කලාදරයින්ට මඟ පෙන්වන්නට අසු පැන්නුවෙමි මම. ඔබ බොහෝ වේලාසනින් මා මාහටම. එහෙත් මගපුරා දැනටමත් අසුන් හා රථපේලි අසරු පන්දම් ඒ මේ අත හෙළවෙන රැකවලුන්ගේ බෙරහඬ අල්ලයි උස්තාල අඩුතාල. ඉතින් අසරුවනි මෙසේ ඔබව දකින විට මේ හිමිදිරියේ සා අනුකම්පාවෙන් පිරී උතුරායයි මගේ හිත. හිරු උදාවත් සමගින් උණුසුම් දූවිල්ල පෑරී මේ පොළොව තලයේ සතුන් සර්පයෙන් ඒ මහා සටන නැවත අරඹන විට උන්ගේ මෙසේ පොරබදින නුඹ මේ සොයා යන්නේ මොනවාද? එපමණක්ම නුඹට වැදගත් නිසා ධන බලය හා කීර්තිය පමණමයි. එහෙත් මම හොඳින් දහවල් අවදිවන මම කිසිම දෙයක් නොකරමින් වෙසෙන්නෙමි චංගාන් නුවර. සරත්තිත්ව ගෙවි මා සේවාමුරය නිමවි ගෙවෙන හැම දවසක් පාසා මා හිත දුවයි කඳුකරය වෙතටම.